Well, that's been a hot minute. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Bearhug Club podcast, coming at you live through the power of Friday Night Raw. Yes, we are still here. Hello.
I can't tell if you're just glitching out a little bit for me. You sound fine, but I love that you just got your new mic and you're frozen with a cup of tea.
I'm fine. A cup of coffee. Go get me energy.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry I offended you.
Don't drink tea. I'm the worst Englishman ever. Yes, hello everyone. We're back. It's been a while. Greg here, once again joined by Garrod. How are things, my friend?
Things are well. I am out of my. I don't know how long. It's been a long time since we've been live. I broke my wrist. Obviously, I'm pretty sure that I was on some kind of recording.
We did that on the on the first book club. Go check that out if you haven't already.
Yes,
that's the thing. Like we haven't done a pod
speaking of the second book club as well.
Yeah.
I've nearly done with the Young Bucks book. I've got like half an hour left on the.
It's pretty dope, right? So. I enjoyed it.
It's all right. I wasn't digging it too much, and then after a while, I was like, I love this.
Yeah, it picks up. It takes a little while, but then once you get into it, it is quite fascinating. But I will save that chat when we get to the episode. But yeah, even though we're not doing podcast like typical pod episodes or live recordings, we have been fairly busy with stuff on the YouTube. So if you haven't already, go check out our first ever book club episode where we talked about Have a Nice Day. Part 2 of that will be coming up to YouTube soon. It is edited. It's just there's been a lot going on. And also, we've obviously got the General Manager series where me and Garrett are going head-to-head on my GM for WWE 2K22. So about a new episode is dropping every week at the moment. I'm trying to get more out, but yeah, please go check that out. Apologies if I sound a bit rough today. I am currently battling COVID. Finally, my streak was ended. I was The Undertaker. COVID was Brock Lesnar. It just finally happened. I'm amazed I managed to avoid it this long, though. Haven't you had it about like twice now?
I've only had COVID once.
Oh, I thought you had it. Oh, Scott's up to
Scott's been going through well because he's a postman, and I've been telling him this. He doesn't need to kiss everyone that he delivers post to, but he just does it every time, without fail.
I mean, it's service with a smile, not service with a smooch. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, before we get into the main topic of this episode, quick plugs because we've not done any in a while. If you want to check us out over the socials, Bearhug Club Podcast, Bearhug Club Pod for Instagram, Bearhug Club on Twitter, and bearhugpod.wixsite.com/Bear Club Network. We've got all that on the screen if you are watching on YouTube now. That's where you can keep up to date with all the new stuff we're dropping. Like I said, lots of going on with YouTube, and we're going to hopefully get back to doing more typical live streams and podcast episodes. But for today's return episode, if you've been keeping up with AEW, as of late, Tony Khan had another big announcement that he dropped on Wednesday. Somewhat of a poorly kept secret, like it was rumored and teased before it dropped. But yeah, AEW and New Japan are doing a joint show called Forbidden Door, which is going to be taking place on June 26th in Chicago. And we thought, because it's been a while since we've done a fantasy booking episode, we would have a go at booking the show ourselves. So what we did was, usually when we do these, we've got like a skeleton match card where we just have to fill in the entrance. But because it was just me and Garrett, we agreed on a pre-show battle royal, which we've got entrance for. And then we agreed on an 8-match card, and we've both just gone away and done it differently ourselves. And we're going to go through it beat by beat, pitch our matches, discuss them, and then come up with an overall match card. How did you find this one, Garrett? Because I got to say, this was quite tricky for me.
I had a horrible time doing it because there are so many wrestlers and things that like to the point where like you book an absolute dream card, and then you've left off people that could arguably be called the best wrestlers in the world, because you've booked a dream card. And there's not enough room for dream wrestlers on your dream card.
I mean, basically, not spoil mine too much. I've got maybe 3 singles matches out of the 8. I'm very happy with those. They are very dream matches, but then the rest I kind of had to go multi-man. Just because there were so many. I'm not gonna lie, there's probably still a lot of names missing, and I kept going backwards and forwards through the roster pages. FYI, New Japan, sort your roster page out. It's a fucking mess.
It's just anyone who's ever been to a show.
Yeah.
Like, even in the crowd, they're just like, yeah, well, they're on our roster page, whatever.
Yeah, they count. Yeah. This is the fact, like, you've got Still got Kota Ibushi on there with the old IWGP and the Intercontinental under the Champions section. Doesn't make a lot of sense, and it doesn't make a lot of sense to have people like Marty Scurll on there either. So yeah, just sort that out for the love of God. But yeah, I'm with you. Like, it was first of all, this might not be too bad, but then it was just the amount of dream match scenarios that I just kept thinking in my head, and I was like, okay, well, do I want this person in a multi-man match? Do I want them in a one-on-one match? There's a lot. I think either way, with both our lists, there's going to be a lot of people missing that a lot of people might get a little bit like, well, why aren't they on the card? It's like, you try and book this because it's not easy.
It's so fucking hard, dude. It's hard as fuck because, yeah, I've got my. It's so hard because everyone's gonna be like, why did you leave out this person? Why did you leave out this person? But
we'll see what happens at the end of it. Like I say, the overall point is not only we're pitching our own, we're pitching an overall one. So I don't know how we'll figure out what goes where, but we'll see what happens with this. So do you want to actually start with the Battle Royal, or do you want to leave that to the end?
I say we start with that because this is the one that we've decided. This is a pre-show Battle Royal.
Yes.
That will probably have a lot of people that shouldn't be in a pre-show, but this is like, two dream rosters coming together, and then you've also got Ring of Honor, and then you've probably got Joshi wrestlers in there as well. So it's a difficult card to book, to be honest. So we decided that it's going to be a 20-man. I want it to be a Rumble, personally. I doubt it doesn't really fucking matter, but
I say we'll do it like a Rumble, so it'll be like.
So you pick, I pick, you pick, I pick, you pick, I pick.
Yeah, and
the way that we're doing it.
I want you to go first because I've got a banger of a final entrant.
Okay, so the way that we're doing it is I am picking New Japan wrestlers.
Yeah,
and I'm picking Greg is picking AEW wrestlers. Yeah. / I suppose Ring of Honor wrestlers as well.
Just to not overly complicate things, I didn't pick anyone who's like a specific Ring of Honor dude. So I'm mainly just trying to focus on the AEW roster page, but obviously some of the names you can argue are part of Ring of Honor as well. But yeah.
Okay, well,
I mean, if you pick some Ring of Honor guys, then you whatever, go for it.
No, I'm trying to stick to just. Okay, so what are we saying this Battle Royal is for?
Well, I've called it the Malice and the Multiverse Battle Royal.
So now they would go for that. However, Impact went for multiverse of matches or whatever in their last pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So they won't go with that.
I came up with this name a long time before they did.
Yeah, you did. Sure. But let's say that this is for a shot at the TNT title on the next Dynamite.
Can't do that because I've got a match later on in my card that's that.
The ladder?
Yeah.
Is the ladder for the TNT?
Well, the ladder's just for winning a title shot at a mid-card belt. TNT's basically their only mid-card belt.
Why don't we just make that a heavyweight?
Because you're gonna no. I think it's just for bragging rights for your company.
We can't make it a heavyweight because you've booked the ladder match to have like
right. New Japan loves a trophy, right? It's just for a trophy they've made. Okay, you get a trophy and bragging rights for your company. That's a lot.
Yeah, but whenever you win one of those trophies, you also get like a shot. Almost always. It's not like you won a trophy. All right, fuck off. It's like you've got a trophy, and now you are challenging for something big.
All right, well, fuck it. There's 2 matches on this card that are going to get you a mid-card title shot. Why not?
Well, okay. This one is for the never open weight title.
Okay.
No, you know what? Fuck it. I think you're coming in and out right now. I can't tell if that's my internet. I don't think it is. It might be mine.
I think it's yours.
It might be, but I cannot guarantee it. Okay, right. Anyway, it's gonna be for the never open weight title. Okay.
Right. Yeah, I'm on board with that.
And because of that, with a lovely babyface pop, because everyone loves him, the first entrant into that battle royal, defending his title, is Evil.
Okay, that's good. I originally had Evil elsewhere on my card, and then I got rid of him because I was just like, do people like him that much?
I wouldn't worry. Not many people like Evil, so don't stress.
No offense, Evil. Why? Okay, this is one thing. Why has he got 2 never open weight belts on the roster page?
He's the trios he's the trios champion, and he's the never open champion.
Okay, I thought it was the same belt. A picture of. Anyway,
they look similar. One of them is red and one of them is blue.
Colorblind. Well, speaking of red or sometimes blue, number 2 entrant, I believe, making a return to New Japan. I think he worked there back in the early days. The Natural, Dustin Rhodes.
Nice. Okay. That yeah, they could put on a little bit of a classic for a good 2 minutes.
Yeah.
For everyone else, I can dig that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, then the next entrant and guy that throws Dustin out is the Tokyo Pimp, Yujiro Takahashi, who also holds the trios, or the 6-man tag with Evil. So they team up. You get a Bullet Clubby thing going, because the whole show is going to be very Bullet Club, right? Like, Jay White did his whole thing, and then fucking Adam Cole was like, here's a Jay White, and he's like, it's a Bullet Club, whatever. Okay, so yeah, two Bullet Club guys in, and then I would say they beat the shit out of Dustin, maybe even try and throw him over. This is basically like your could potentially be like the only bit on the card where SmackDown versus Raw at Survivor Series that they do now,
Yeah. I mean, it depends how we've each booked this show, really. So, but yeah, that's what I'd say. I mean, that's why I say you don't really need a prize this one. It's just bragging rights for your company if you win.
Sure.
But whatever.
It's for the never open weight though.
Okay, it's for the never open weight. Okay, we agreed. Well, coming in at number 4. I really want to use Mel's on the card, but because of the way I've got things structured, I just put him in this instead, and that's recent AEW newcomer Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
There are so many big names. It's like yeah.
Plus, I mean, I don't know if Jeff ever really worked in Japan, so that would be something I think he would just be cool doing with, just to say he got a work in Japan show, I guess.
Well, that's exactly how you'd book it anyway, right? Like Dustin is injured. Oh, someone needs to come out that could do a bunch of big moves and defend him. Bring out Jeff, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Easy. I dig that. Let's bring out the cream of the crop here, if I'm honest. Like the piece de resistance, and I'm blowing my load too early. But I'm thinking Jeff comes in, teams up with Dustin. They all have a scrap back and forth to the point where like everyone's like, oh, this is awesome type shit. Everyone's lying down, exhausted, and in comes Toru Yano. All right.
Okay, your boy Toru Yano.
He's coming in, and he comes. We'll have him do an R-Truth style, everyone is down, he tries to pin them in an over-the-top battle royal. There we go. Easy.
Okay.
Simple.
Easy. Well, if you're going Toru Yano, coming in at number 6 is going to be Danhausen.
Good. I was really worried that I was going to say Danhausen better be booked in this one.
No, yeah. So don't worry, because it'll make sense with who's going to follow him. But yeah, get like, I guess, the comedy part of the Rumble out the way. I think Yano and Danhausen could do something quite funny.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
sure.
Like Danhausen gets in the ring, Yano tries to offer him the DVD, and then all of a sudden it's just Danhausen just basically walks around and tries to curse everyone.
Cool. I dig that. I would then have perhaps as part of the Blackpool Combat Club, I would bring in Shota Umino. Shooter.
Oh yeah, so like he's
obviously
kind of become
his
like the
Moxley
honorary
ties
right now, and he
yeah. So I'd bring in Shooter because he would get a proper pop from an AEW crowd. So yeah, I'd bring him in next. That's what, the 8th? No, 7th?
So you're all 7. So this is my 8th. Sort of to tie in with, I guess, a bit of a storyline, which has just been going on as we speak and seems to be going further. My number 8 would be Hook. And depending on what's been going on between him and Danhausen, you get a sort of forward there, a little rivalry. So it's a little bit of inner tension, given this. It's, I suppose, in this sense, it would be the AEW guys trying to work against the New Japan guys. But you've got that one little rivalry in there. So maybe, I don't know, Hook comes out, tosses out Danhausen. Everyone's a bit like, what the fuck, bro? We're supposed to be working together here, I suppose. But yeah.
Okay. So I've gotten Yano's in. He's kind of representing Chaos or whatever, I guess. Who, flavor of the month. We've got 2 Bullet Club guys in. We've got a BCC. So I'm gonna bring in, depending on how where they're going with the United Empire. Yep. I'm gonna bring in Aaron Hanare from the United Empire.
Cool. I have no idea who that is.
That's my number 5. He's like Osprey, Cobb, Okan, Aaron Hanare of the original 4. But now there's TJP, Aussie Open. There's a lot of people.
Yeah,
now
it's growing.
They're doing like a stable across the world type thing, which they're kind of doing Bullet Club, where what Chris Bay is Bullet Club in Impact, right?
Yeah, I get you. Yeah. Okay. So number 10, we'll go for another big heavy hitter, and it's gonna be. Oh, actually, you know what? I'll do this because you've already had a Blackpool Combat Club member come out. I'll have another representing that, and it's gonna be Wheeler Yuta.
Cool. Yeah, they get to team up. Great.
Yeah,
perfect. It's exactly what you want.
Yep.
I see those 2 going. Like, I would love them to team up and then go for like the junior heavyweight titles in Japan or something.
Yeah.
That type of stuff would be really
I need to send you
basically Shooter's been on excursion, so you send Yuta over there with him, and just it'd be great.
I need to send you this. So there's this guy I follow on Twitter who does really cute sort of cartoons of like AEW and all sorts. And there's like a recent one he released where it's like you got like a Regal, Danielson, and Yuta on one side, and Regal's like just going, "Who's this?" And then it's like John Moxley and Shooter, but Shooter's in like an overly sized jacket, and Moxley's just like, "This is my son, Shooter." It's adorable.
I think I have seen it, and I also I very much loved it.
Yeah,
I like that they've become shipped. Like that they've become the cutesy wrestling stable. The guys that just make each other bleed. It's great.
It's all good.
Fuck, it's my go? Is it my go? It's my go.
Yes, because I just picked you. Yes.
Oh, okay. I will bring in, to clear the field a bit, throw some people out. Maybe once the comedy stuff's done, I will bring in Fale. I'll bring in Bad Luck Fale.
All right. Does that bring us up? Yeah, so this will be my 12th entrant.
Yep.
Oh, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that was, so Yuta was my 12th. Number 14. Yeah. Okay. Okay. We'll do it this way. So yeah, number 14 will be Jungle Boy.
Good.
And I want to stress, because I think we've both had the same idea. I think by this point, Jurassic Express aren't going to be the tag champions, and that will play into the card later.
Yeah, they're not going to be. I don't think. Yeah, I think we both probably have a similar tag title match.
I think we possibly, but I think we've got a similar tag champions for AEW for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
15,
so,
I think, at this point.
Is it 15?
I think so.
13, I think. You just did 12. So I'm on my 7th. So
no, hang on. So I've had Dustin, I've had Jeff, I've had Danhausen.
You've had 6, I've had 6. So that's 12 so far.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, no, yeah, that's right. So yeah, 12. Yeah. Okay.
Next is Hiroki Goto at number 7.
Awesome.
We're bringing in, some hard hitters, people who potentially you could see picking up a title at the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hiroki
I like
Goto.
it. I like it. I think so far you've not clashed with any of my main roster, so that's good. Main card, sorry. I think we're doing well.
Either.
Good. Might do with this one though. Number 14. Yeah, 14. Penta L0.
No, doesn't clash with my roster.
Sound.
It's quite difficult at this point to pick people. So
I'm still remaining confident for AEW, guys. Your New Japan could step on my toes here, but we'll see.
Yeah, so well, I don't think this will. Number 8, Taichi. Number 8 is Taichi, representing Suzuki-gun. Former Dangerous Tekkers with ZSJ.
So Dangerous Tech is not a team anymore.
They are still a team, but they sort of do their own singly stuff as well.
Okay.
They lost it, I think, to United Empire. I think it was them that lost it.
Well, yeah, I know they don't have the titles. Okay, well that is stepping on my toes for one match.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We'll finish off the battle royal, and then we go in the card. We can maybe go back and do some.
Yeah, we'll bargain. We'll bargain.
Right. Okay. So to fit with the theme I'm doing next, so my next entrant, which I believe would be, is that 16? I think that might be 16. Luchasaurus. I've completely lost sound on you. Completely gone. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so yeah, Luchasaurus comes out next.
Okay. God, this fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Taguchi is 9.
Okay. Cool.
I gotta have like a big final New Japan guy for it. So
I think we've both had the same thought process on the final thing. So, but we'll see. Yeah, so that I think that will put me entering 18 now, and then that would be Ray Phoenix. So then you've had 2 AEW tag teams kind of come in at the same time there. That's if Phoenix is back from injury. It seems like he's going to be a triple A, so I'd assume he would be fine for this. But yeah, Phoenix at 18.
Okay. It sucks. Oh, fuck. No. Oh, okay. I'll save who I. But do I need to put someone from LIJ in the? What do you want, buddy? What do you want? Yeah, he's annoyed at me with who I'm going to pick.
Oh,
I will pick.
Doesn't want you to do it, Garrett. Don't do it. Come here.
Oh, I can finally hold him with my right hand now. Oh, fuck. Okay, no. I will pick Tama Tonga. Then I'll pick Tama Tonga.
Okay, well, that's another one I'm gonna have to barter with later on.
Perhaps, but the alternative was someone that should definitely be on the main card. So
fair enough. Well, that leaves me with the final entrant, and I'd say probably somewhat of a surprise-ish, but I decided to go with Sting.
That is a good one.
I just feel like that's like a big part. I mean, before I planned this, I didn't know it was going to be for a belt. So I kind of thought, well, you could put Sting in last if it was just for like a battle royal thing, and he could do well, possibly even win. But yeah,
I suppose. I mean, the stakes wise, like it being an open weight is just an invitation for that person to then be in New Japan for a bit. Go to New Japan Strong, that kind of thing. Could drop it next few months.
Yeah.
So
I'd think New Japan would love to have Sting on loan, especially. I mean, it's also going to depend because he's mainly done multi-man matches, like tag stuff. But at least with this, you're still protecting the 63-year-old, even though he still loves to jump off balconies because he's mad.
Yeah, I mean, some of these people I've put in here solely because I would like to hear their music and see them come out at least during the show somehow. Like Amatonga, I'd love for him to be somewhere on the card, but I don't think I could make him fit anywhere else in what I've envisioned because there are so many people you end up leaving out. Like, for example, I hadn't even thought of Sting, so there was one match I potentially floated in my head for Sting, but no.
What was the idea, given that he's already on the card now?
It was going to be Tanahashi versus Sting.
You know what? That spoiler, I don't think I've got Tanahashi on my card, which might be
there you go. That's it. It's
that would have been the perfect fit, I think.
Yeah.
But
that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, who goes over in that? Let's say it's for the never open weight.
It's gonna be for the never open weight. I won't pick Sting as an AEW guy then, because I don't know if that would really fly. I don't know. Do we want an AEW guy or do you want an AEW
favorite on the AEW side?
Who would be my favorite? Ooh. You know what? Because I think it would be a good story and a good journey. Dustin.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. You have him come in. He's first against Evil. They could be the longest in, and then they could be the first match after the fact, right?
Yeah,
because he'd want his rematch anyway. So yeah. I agree. That would be really cool. Have him go over and work with some of the Japan guys.
Just New Japan stuff.
Yeah.
Because again, I'm fairly sure it was New Japan he worked back in the day, so it'd be a bit of a homecoming. And again, like you want further proof of how great his career is at the moment. His match with CM Punk on Wednesday just gone was fantastic. So
yeah, you know what? It being something like that, and it being such a worthwhile win, I think that would be a really good feel-good moment for everyone. That'd be great.
Hell yeah.
I really like that to the point where I hope they do exactly what we said. Cool. On to the main card.
Right. Should we do one person does a pitch first for a match and then vice versa for the next one, just so it's a bit fair, I guess?
Yeah. Go on then.
Do you want? Let me do my opening one first, because I think you're going to have to correct me on some stuff here, because again, my New Japan knowledge is not perfect. So we might have to completely redo this, because I wanted quite a few tag teams. Well, not a few, but like some key ones. I decided to make this a 4-way tag match that was going to feature 2 AEW teams and 2 New Japan, but it's obviously a bit of a free-for-all. So for the new AEW side of things, it was going to be FTR versus Santana and Ortiz versus Dangerous Tekkers versus, and you might have to correct me if they're actually still a team, Guerrillas of Destiny.
They're still a team, but they're not in Bullet Club.
I know they're not in Bullet Club. I was wondering if the actual team had split up, though.
I don't think they've split up. But they've just been ousted.
Right. So
they've joined Chaos.
Because I thought the whole thing of them breaking up was one of them had turned on the other, and then Bullet Club turned on all of them. Or have I just made that up?
I don't think Tangaloa turned on Tamatonga. I might be completely wrong on that. Speaking
of bizarre turns, though, have you heard that Mustache Mountain have broken up and Trent betrayed Tyler?
What, in a taping? Or?
So the one that just aired, they lost the belts to a different team. I can't remember what the team was. At the end, Trent did a whole swerve where he said he was retiring, and then turned on Tyler and like basically was like a swerve.
I don't think NXT UK will be a thing for much longer anyway, so whatever.
Which is a shame because it's good. Anyway, but my opening one, I thought they're 4 brilliant teams and there's like a good mix of styles in there, I think it would be one hell of a way to open the show.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Well, I completely disagree.
Fair enough.
Because I wouldn't want to do a 4-way tag match.
You're just going all stable tag matches for this show, aren't you?
Well, I think if it's going to be a New Japan style, like if we're going to do a New Japan opener, my personal opening is a stable against a stable, right?
Right.
I would do LIJ. I would do LIJ being Naito, Sanada, and Bushi. No, Naito, Sanada, and Hiromu. Probably against like my. I would like it to be against. Fuck. Honestly, probably Undisputed Elite. Because you get to open the show with Cole.
Okay.
Coming out. You get to open the show with Cole. And then you get a banging match of 2 top stables.
So there's Undisputed Elite, Cole, O'Reilly, and Fish, right? Okay, so it's okay. That's fine. Fair.
You have them anywhere else in the card?
I got Cole, and I've got Naito, and I've got Hiromu, all in different matches.
Well, I don't. So do you have a tag title match planned?
I don't have any necessary title matches planned because I just don't know. The only way I think title matches are really going to fly in the show is when they do this in real life, there might be 1 or 2 where it's potential belt going to another brand. I don't think they're going to overly do it with title matches though. Or if they do, it's just going to be an AEW guy versus an AEW guy or a New Japan versus New Japan
Stop hissing at your brother. Stop it. Don't. Oh, whatever. Let them fight. They are playing, but he never sounds it. I think my tag match, which would be going on quite late in the card, is FTR against. I might even like call it title versus title, to be honest, because I think FTR going on a world tour is very important with all the belts. I think they should have an all the belts moment. So I would have them against the IWGP Heavyweight Champions, which could be United Empire at the time. If Okan and Cobb hold it, that would be really good. And plus, FTR have been working babyface, right? And they would be facing guys that are like twice their size. Jeff Cobb, great Okan.
That is pretty sick, to be fair.
So that is my personal reasoning for not having them in. If you want to do a 4-way tag to open, let me at least take out FTR if you want to use some of those guys.
I think if we can make that a compromise, because I just feel like I'm not gonna lie, if we're doing this as like before and like who's winning on what matches, you're probably gonna win because you know the New Japan structure better. But I feel like I'll let you take out FTR for later on if we can keep it a 4-way tag with those teams.
Okay,
because I just feel like Naito is going to fit better later on for a main event scene.
That's fine. That's completely fine. That's completely fine. Naito can work anywhere on the card. So if you'll allow me to have FTR against, I don't think you had Okan or Cobb, did you?
No, they didn't make
FTR versus Okan and Cobb for possibly the title. I think possibly even a title versus title. That match is what
I'd say if we're going to have any title matches, then that's the one that makes sense, and that's why I think you should have that. So if by this point FTR's already AEW, Ring of Honor, AAA, why not give them the New Japan and they can really be the belt collectors this year?
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so if we're going to do a 4-way tag, and you want Sabre Jr. on that.
So this is the issue I had. I was thinking for a long time, give Zach a singles match given
against Brian.
The push. No, because I've already got Brian against another dream opponent.
Yeah, but how is there a more dream opponent than Zack Sabre Jr. against Bryan Danielson?
That's my next
How?
match.
What are you
That's gonna be
talking
my
about?
next match.
All right,
you gotta hear me out, man.
I'll hear you out. All right, just tell me that match now, and we can sort out this fucking 4-way.
This whole thing's gonna be a fucking shit show.
Who do you have against Brian? This
is like one of my free singles matches, and I was very proud of this.
Okay.
Some slight ethical issues because of who's involved. Well,
okay.
Medical issues. Bryan Danielson versus Katsuyori Shibata.
Yeah, all right. I mean, that would be what I would pick if I didn't want Sabre Jr. So I'll. I mean, yeah, fine.
I mean, if you put Danielson and Shibata in a match, you're gonna have to hope that one of them doesn't die. That's for sure. Plus, in the storyline in my head, in Bizarro World, somehow this leads to Shibata joining the Blackpool Combat Club. I don't know why. It just feels great to me.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll allow that. So we'll sub out Tai Chi in the Battle Royal for El Fantasma. Which I know you didn't have El Fantasma.
No, I did.
You had an El Fantasma for the rest of the card?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay. I think we're going about this all wrong. What if we each individually go through our match card and explain our reasoning, and then we'll come.
Well, because I was keeping it relatively freeform, so that when things like this happen, I can move people around. So
I think if we just each pitch our match card, bam, 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 go through it, give it a little bit of reasoning, then we can go back and we'll create an overall one. Does that sound fair? Because I feel like at this point we're just constantly.
I think this is going to happen no matter what, right? I think, and especially now that we've sort of got rid of a big chunk of people, I think we're fine going forward.
Right.
So,
okay.
This tag match is
the Fatal 4-Way, right?
It is Dangerous Tekkers.
Yes.
Against
Gorillas of Destiny.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Santana and Ortiz, and now we just need a tag team to replace FTR for AEW.
They won't like it, but could be the Briscoes or something, right? Right?
Yeah, if you want.
I mean, Time Warner has a hissy fit or whatever, but
it's also going to be fine. Okay, I'll make the change here. We'll put the Briscoes down.
Did you have them somewhere else?
Well, no, because they're not technically AEW. Ring of Honor.
No, but they're kind of Ring of Honor. But they're also Ring of Honor is just whoever they want at the time.
Before we commit to the Briscoes,
sure.
I don't have any Dark Order on my card. Maybe Evil Uno and Stu Grayson. The OG Dark Order.
That absolutely works. Absolutely works.
Yeah, I'll just put Uno and Grayson. Okay, so are we happy with that opening match?
Yep.
Cool. So opening is a 4-way. Fatal 4-Way tag team match, which is the Dark Order, Uno and Grayson versus Santana and Ortiz versus Gorillas of Destiny versus Dangerous Tekkers.
Cool. I'm going to sadly cross out Zack Sabre Jr. versus Daniel Bryan, which is fine because the next match is Daniel Bryan against Shibata.
And are you happy with that as well?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I'll obviously be happy with it. I'll be terrified watching the match.
Oh yeah, but, I'd be watching behind closed, but I'd be watching like that.
Yeah,
but I mean, here's the thing: given the both are supposed to be wrestling a lot safer to save their careers, even if they don't go heavy with the shots, it would still be like quite a technical classic, I think.
Sure. I mean, if you're looking for a technical classic, then you should go with the world's best technical wrestler, Zack Sabre Jr. But that's beside the point. Cool. Next match.
Cool.
Did you have
we skipped over a second one. You pitched this one first.
Well, I want the tag match later on. So I would like a junior heavyweight title match.
Okay.
And I would like it to be someone I hope you don't have for the rest of the card. I would like it to be El Desperado. Again,
I'm on the card.
I would like it to be El Desperado against Darby Allin for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship.
Darby Allin, the same match with El Desperado.
What matches are you putting these people in when you could put them in this match? What are you doing? This is a single for the. Give him a title match. Give him a junior heavyweight title match.
Okay, because you've gracefully let me keep Brian and Shibata. I will consider taking Alan and
here's what I'll say. Is Darby very pretty pivotal in that match? Is Darby pretty pivotal in the match?
I'd say so.
Okay.
So it's essentially
then
ish. Well, let me pitch the match I was going to have here before we go into deciding who's and what's. Okay. So I was going to have a 6-man tag team match at this point, and this was going to be the House of Black versus Chaos, but the Chaos members were going to be Taylor, Trent, and Cassidy, because this is the match where, obviously, fair enough, the AEW guys, but they've all got the ones who are actually in Chaos have got a history with New Japan as well. And this is the match you can definitely build quite a lot to, because they'll all be on Dynamite and Rampage. I just think it would be a good match.
It would be a good match, but it's.
Well, I think yours is probably more worthy. Basically, El Desperado and Alan were going to be in my ladder match, so there's a lot of names you can take out and swap in that, because I think we've both got a ladder match, if I'm right.
Well, so your House of Black match is something I can live with on anywhere on that card, because I don't need any of those guys for any of my matches. I was going to put
that's fine
in there. I don't know if that's something I would book. If I was going to do that, I'd have it be like an ongoing part of their story where they call in someone from Chaos to help them.
Okay.
And then maybe House of Black get a new member, or like they injure someone in it. Like they injure, maybe something dumb like they injure.
Cassidy's already injured at the moment, so that could still fit. And then you could still have them appear in their corner, so then you've got Cassidy at least on the appearing on the show. I'm trying to think who else is in Chaos you could potentially swap them out for.
Well,
I this might make you mad. I don't actually have Ishii on the card, so there you go.
That's fine. Well, you can put Ishii in there.
Let me just write that down right here.
Do you have Tana on the card?
Tana?
Tanahashi?
No.
You don't have Tanahashi on the card?
No.
Then Tanahashi then. Tanahashi.
Is he in Chaos?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I mean, it's a joint card thing. Like, if he's in one of your matches later, I don't see Tanahashi's name.
Is he not in Chaos anymore?
I don't.
Or was he never in Chaos? Am I being dumb? No, of course.
Well, this is according.
Well, he teams up. Okay. He teams up with Okada all the time.
Does he?
Well, not all the time. When he came back from his balloon manic depressive phase.
Yeah. Okay. Well, right now it would either be Ishii, or if you think Tanahashi would be a better fit.
No, Tanahashi doesn't make sense. He's not in it.
Okay.
And I'm assuming you have Okada somewhere else.
Yeah, he's my main event, dude.
I don't know why that crossed my mind. I remember seeing them together while I wasn't watching New Japan that well, and then I was like, "Oh, he must be in it," and then zoned out. Who have we got?
I didn't think Tanahashi
could put Romero.
Oh, that's true, Romero.
You could put Romero. You could put.
I think Ishii fits because you've already got Brody King.
Ishii fits, and he'll be a good pop.
And also you've got, it's the fact like Brody King there's obviously the muscle for them. I don't know Tomohiro is shorter than him, but he's considered a muscly, strong boy. So I think that works.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Are you happy with that? I just feel like my matches are just overtaking.
No. Let's do that.
Okay, 6-man tag, House of Black, featuring obviously Malachi, Brody, and Matthews versus Taylor, Trent, and Ishii with Cassidy in the corner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And again, it works because you can more or less book that storyline on AEW, and I think that would be a good storyline with those two teams. Cool. Well, match 4 was where I was going to have the ladder match.
Pitch your ladder match.
My ladder match, but bear in mind there was some names potentially swapped out for this. This is where I had Keith Lee, so you got the big guy in there, versus Darby Allin, because then you've got him in a match on the card that fits him, versus MJF, because I think he could do some interesting stuff with his heel tactics in a ladder match. New Japan side, I had Hiromu Takahashi, El Desperado, and then El Fantasmo. This is the one I think we can swap and mix around names if you've got one as well.
Well, I would say give me the junior title match. Take out Darby, take out Despy.
Okay.
And then put them in a title match after the fact.
Right.
And so then to trade for them,
Desperado and Darby, right?
Yeah, trade for them, put in Ricky Starks.
Hold on.
And
we should point out that this ladder match is called the Keys to the Forbidden Door ladder match, and this is where the winner gets a mid-card title shot. I felt like that's a very AEW thing to call it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you think Ricky
Starks... There will be a giant key or ring of keys at the top.
Yeah.
Let's put in Ricky Starks.
Yeah.
And sub out for Darby. Yeah. And then
or
if you could be in there for Despy.
Put Ricky Starks in the Battle Royal and sub him for Jeff. That you've got a Hardy in a ladder match in Japan on a New Japan show.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I don't know if you have him anywhere else. Do you have Shingo Takagi on your card?
He's the match after this. I think you might like
then,
what I've got.
Then instead of Despy, we'll put Taiji Ishimori. The Bone Soldier.
I don't think I've got him anywhere, so that works. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're basically filling in with a guy who's very similar.
Okay, so are you happy with Hardy over Starks?
Yeah, all right. Yeah. It makes sense business-wise, I suppose.
It does. Well,
I would personally put Starks in there if I could, but yes.
I just think, obviously, because we're booking a show where it's going to appeal to both, I suppose, AEW and New Japan fans. So, the ladder match is obviously clearly the only gimmick match we've really got. So, if you're going to have it, you might as well get some names who are going to do some pretty big stuff. And then, I mean, all you need Jeff to do is jump off the tallest ladder onto someone through a table, and people will be happy. Plus, I just really think Hiromu Takahashi would be great in a ladder match.
Yes.
Yeah.
He'd do some ridiculous stuff. Stuff that you're like, oh, has he killed himself again? No. All right.
Another watch your fingers moment. Right, cool. So I think that's sorted. What did you have for match 5?
I would have an AEW women's title match.
Oh, interesting.
However, did you have any Joshi wrestlers on?
I did not, mainly just because I just wasn't my knowledge on current Joshi is not great.
Mine isn't great either.
I just didn't know where to fit in the women's stuff. I mean, there should be a women's match on here, but I just really struggled to know what to do for it, so that's why I kind of left off the card. Basically, this was my next singles match, and I was going to have Samoa Joe versus Shingo Takagi.
Yeah, all right. I want that for the Ring of Honor.
Yeah, we could have that television. For the TV title. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, all right. I'll allow that.
Okay.
Not only will I allow that, I'll love that. So that's fine.
I kind of
thought Sonada on the card, do you?
Sonada? No, I don't think so. Okay. Basically, when I thought of that match idea, I thought that would probably be the one Garrod would definitely agree with.
Yeah.
Joe versus Shingo. That's just got a lot all over it. I really like.
You put God in the 4-way match, so I'll put Sonada in back in the original Battle Royal, just because he's Sonada.
Sure. Cool. So, what did you want me to pitch my match? Match 6 is where it might be a little bit crazy. So if you let me pitch this one, because this is where, again, things I've heard. I was kind of going for, I guess, you'd have to build the story, but given what they're trying to build on AEW TV, depending on when they were planning to do it, it could work. But yeah, this was going to be essentially like, I guess, Bullet Club Civil War, where you've got the old members of Kenny Omega, Adam Cole, and the Young Bucks versus Jay White, Kenta, and because they are backing it with the American side of it, the Good Brothers. This one was going to be a bit of a hard sell, but I feel like the story is potentially there.
It is potentially there, and it's the type of thing I like, because I think I personally think it should be much more feud based, because we've just basically done like a lot of scramble matches.
Well, this is the issue with this kind of card.
Well, this is why I wanted like a stable versus stable type thing. I don't know if Bullet Club versus Bullet Club is going to work as well.
I suppose in this case,
especially because
you could build it as the Elite versus the Bullet Club. I suppose.
Who are you having in that match?
So if it's the Elite side of things, Omega, Cole, and the Bucks versus Jay White, Kenta, and the Good Brothers. So in this scenario, the Good Brothers, who are already technically in Bullet Club US, I guess if you call it.
So you don't have O'Reilly and Fish on the card?
No, I just didn't know where to put them, and I suppose if in my head, this could be where I guess you could start the implosion of the Elite. So you'll have maybe in this match Cole turning on his partners with interference of Fish and O'Reilly, and then for an AEW show later down the line, we get the Elite versus Undisputed Elite.
It feels too messy to me. I think there's too many stories you need to tell there. If it was still a little bit more like, if there wasn't already kind of a civil war going on with like Tama and everyone being ousted and whatever.
True. This is the one I wasn't. I like it on paper, but again, and story wise, but again, I agree with you. It is a bit. There's a lot to it. It can be a bit messy. So. What was your match for this one? Number 6. Yeah, number 6.
Well, number 6 was Brian versus Zack Sabre Jr. But
okay.
Well,
you've got Darby Allin and El Desperado.
I'd probably put that here. I'd put that here.
I'd happily give you that, given that match is a bit fluffy, I suppose.
Yeah.
So why would Darby and El Desperado be such a good matchup? Because I'm not that familiar with El Desperado.
He's just a very good junior heavyweight, and I think that the story you should be telling is Darby wanting to prove himself at this point. You know, Sting can come back from the Battle Royal and be in his corner. You just have him prove himself, I think. I don't think it works, him in just a multi-man thing. Well, it would work, but putting either of them in a multi-man when they've got that kind of title, especially because one of the whole things with Hiromu Takahashi, for example, is like he wanted to elevate the junior heavyweight to the main event, you know, and I think you should at least put whoever has that title there in the main event, or near the main event.
Sure.
Not the main event, because you've got people like Okada on this card. So, right, if you'd have Omega in this and not later down the card in a more important match,
I think I know what your main event might be. So, but okay. Well, no, I mean, I'm happy for you to put Darby Allin and El Desperado here, and I'll just take that match out. I think. Okay, so basically now we're into the last two matches. My main event scene, other than my actual main event, I guess what you would call two sort of big main events. I'm not gonna lie, match 7 was another multi-scramble thing just to fit some names on the card, so this could be where you might have to sort of pull me in line. But my actual main event is a singles match, and it's a bit of a dream one, but yeah.
Well, I assume you're at this point it's CM Punk against Okada.
Yes, that was going to be my
main event. I'm assuming also it's after Punk beats Hangman. Well,
I wasn't going to go with, this is the thing, I didn't want to book AEW champion versus IWGP champion. I feel like for a card like this, they wouldn't do that. I feel like they would have the AEW title in its own match and the IWGP in its own match. So the match before this would have been Hangman defending the title against quite a few people.
Who was a few people?
It was a 6-way elimination match. And again, this is just to squeeze some big names on there. I'll pitch it anyway, but I know it probably won't gel well. So
okay, but booking wise, I would at least have a break in between the two title heavyweight titles.
Well, yeah, we can play around with the match structure once we've got the matches in place, I feel. But yeah, so this would have been Hangman Adam Page versus Chris Jericho versus Jon Moxley versus Kota Ibushi versus Tetsuya Naito versus Will Ospreay.
Say that entirely again.
Hangman Adam Page versus Chris Jericho versus Jon Moxley versus Kota Ibushi versus Tetsuya Naito versus Will Ospreay. Yeah, I know.
It feels too messy. It feels like I've got all these big names that need to go there, and there are lots of big names that we've now left out.
I know, especially at this point. I feel like at this point we will have to again sacrifice some more names, but sure. So would you just want Hangman to have a straight one-on-one match with someone?
Well, if we, I wouldn't mind it being a more of a multi-person one if Hangman didn't have the title. If it was champion versus champion in the main event. I don't know.
My thought process was, for Okada, it was either going to be Punk or Hangman. And I think if Adam Page was still a champion, there is somewhat of a story there, given he was a former New Japan guy, but when he was there, he was never that much of a big deal, I guess. He's somewhat of a rising star. But then he obviously left AEW and has become that main event player now.
Who holds the TNT title?
At the moment, Sammy Guevara's got it, but he's not even on my card.
Can we just have a Ospreay Sammy match and Ospreay beats Sammy
for the TNT title? Yeah, I'm down for that.
Why not?
Yeah,
why not? Sure. Just to get people on the card, I guess.
So does that mean you just want to get rid of one of those? So again, we've only got 2 slots left here. So would you want that to be replacing?
I mean, the main event, I think we both wanted to do Punk versus Okada.
Sure, we can keep that.
Right. I think it's best in the world against the guy who's actually the best in the world.
Sure.
So that's the main event. The co-main, if it's not for if the AEW title isn't the main event, if we do have a Hangman, then
I suppose given that it's just the two of us doing this card again, if you want, we could add an extra match to fit in Guevara Ospreay.
If you want to fit in people, I would do a fun-ish stable match again. Personally,
okay.
Sure. Like if you wanted Naito, I'd put in. I think we've used most of LIJ now, but like what, we haven't used Takahashi yet, have we? No, we have. He's in the ladder.
Yes, he is. Let me have that.
If I were to do a title, 2 huge title matches of like 2 of the best people in the company, I would do, because you need to be telling some stories. I would do Hangman against Kota Ibushi.
Okay.
And then I would do Punk Okada.
Okay.
Then you get to you. Here's the thing. Kenny Omega is the biggest name in Japan, and he's not there practically. Well, he's not. Well, they fucking love him, and he needs to be. Even if he's not in the main events, he needs to be like in the conversation always.
Here was my idea. We don't know when Omega's coming back, so why not, instead of Omega being in a match? Because again, it's an AEW show, so you can have a little bit of the more story elements, or a segment on the show. What if it's like a segment where Omega comes back and he calls out Kota Ibushi for like a match in the future?
I don't believe that that's the kind of thing they do anymore. I think that their story is so ingrained and well told that they don't need to do a call out or anything. They need to be like a look, or a guy doing a move, like Adam Page against Ibushi, where Page has to use the one-winged angel against him, and stuff like that.
Okay,
that is more of a story there to me. Yeah.
Okay.
That's difficult. That's really difficult.
Well, okay. So right now, we do technically have 8 matches, but I mean, are we adding some more just to get those names on, or
no? Names need to go. Right. Let's start from the beginning. And just go through what we have. Right.
Okay.
So, in a pre-show battle royale stuff, possibly for never open weight, whatever, doesn't really matter.
Sure.
Evil comes up first.
Then Dustin Rhodes.
Then Yujiro Takahashi.
Then Ricky Starks. Yes, Ricky Starks.
Yes, Toriano.
Then Danhausen.
Shooter.
Then it was Hook.
Hinare.
Wheeler Yuta.
Fale.
Jungle Boy.
Hiroki Goto.
Penta El Zero.
Who did we sub out and put in there? Who did we sub out for Aichi?
I can't remember now.
I'll just grab a name. Did I put Ishimori in there, or did we put him?
I think you might have put Ishimori in there. Let me check.
Yeah, we didn't put him in the ladder, did we?
Oh no, we did. Taiji Ishimori's in the ladder
for Despy, yeah. Oh well, then fucking Tangaloa. Then
yeah,
Tamatonga is.
Well, no, because Gorillas of Destiny are in our tag match.
Oh, of course. Fuck. Oh. Both of Aussie Open.
Both of them.
Be in it then.
Okay, sure.
But what Dunkzilla in first. Fuck it.
Sure. Then I had Luchasaurus.
Oh fuck! What did I have? Taguchi.
Mm-hmm. Taguchi, and then Ray Phoenix.
Is this the last?
Yeah, your last one.
Oh, then Kyle Fletcher.
Yep, and then Sting. And then I think we said Dustin was going to win that one.
Yep, that'd be cool.
And then we open the actual proper card with the 4-way tag match. So that's Uno and Grayson from the Dark Order versus Santana and Ortiz versus Guerrillas of Destiny versus Dangerous Tekkers.
Yeah, all right.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah, fine.
Are we picking winners for everything, or are we just going to leave that up to people's interpretation?
That match could be whoever. That's not
sure.
It's not for anything. It's just a bragging rights. I would pick Saber.
Tekkers, I think,
or something.
Yeah, we'll give that a Dangerous Tekkers. I'll agree. Then after that, it was the match. There was singles match.
I would have him do that, and then I'd have him call out Brian. Just because.
Sure, they can wrestle on a future card. He can come over to AEW. Yeah. Brian can finally go to Japan. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Match 2 would be the singles match, which is Bryan Danielson versus Katsuyori Shibata.
Maybe they should open the card. Maybe they should open the card, then you do that tag.
Because that would make the call out make a bit more sense, I suppose. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's also just how you open an AEW show, I guess.
Okay, let's swap that around then. Okay.
Yes.
So we swapped the first 2 matches around. So now, obviously, the opening is the singles match between Danielson and Shibata. Who would you want to win out of them two? I would have said Danielson just to make the call out make sense after the match.
Yeah. Danielson, and then maybe he gets attacked by Saber, and then you can set up a tag with Shibata and Danielson because you want to do Shibata in BCC. So
yeah, why not? Oh, yeah, that works. Sure, why not? Okay, so Danielson, and obviously we've done the tag match. So then the third match would be the 6-man tag match, which is House of Black versus Chaos. Chaos being made up of Chuck Taylor, Trent, and Tomohiro Ishii.
Yeah.
Gotta say for this one, I'd give it to the House of Black.
I agree.
I think they just seem like I just love that stable, and I think just to keep them red hot, big win over one of the original AEW stables, I guess, and a big New Japan name if they're wrestling under the Chaos banner.
Yes.
Yeah. Happy. Cool. Match number 4 is the keys to the Forbidden Door ladder match, with the winner getting a title shot at a mid-card belt. So obviously in that we got Keith Lee versus Jeff Hardy versus MJF versus Hiromu Takahashi versus El Phantasmo versus Taiji Ishimori.
Yes. Who would you have in this?
Here. Okay. Because we've got Guevara versus Ospreay later, with Ospreay winning the TNT title, I'd maybe have one of the AEW guys win and potentially win a New Japan belt.
Win a shot at what? Sorry, win a what?
So, because the winner gets a title shot at a mid-card belt is what I've said. I mean, this could be. Well, yeah, but then I thought you wanted to do Ospreay versus Guevara. I suppose you could have. Yeah, okay, why not? Okay, well, who would you want to win out of those names?
Go through one more time.
Keith Lee, Jeff Hardy, MJF, Hiromu Takahashi, El Phantasmo, and Taiji Ishimori. Yeah, fuck it. I want Hiromu to win. I think Hiromu would get my vote.
I would say Keith Lee, and then he can win the TNT title from Ospreay.
Keith Lee that'd
be a very good mix of styles. Yeah, I would like that personally.
Okay, I think I'll agree because he would have been my second choice anyway. So yeah, I'd say Keith, and then it's like he's like the only real big man in that match as well. So I feel like that's quite fitting. Yeah. Next up was match 5, which is a singles match for the Ring of Honor TV title. Samoa Joe versus Shingo Takagi.
Joe goes over.
Joe goes over, so he retains. But it's a
What
very
match that would be, though.
Right. That would just be brutal. And match 6 was another singles match, and this is where we put Darby Allin versus El Desperado.
Yeah, I fought very hard for this match. I don't entirely know why, but I just really want it. Okay. I think, yeah, sending some guys over to do junior heavyweight stuff in Japan would be really good.
Sure.
I'd have Darby lose, but...
So you'd want El Desperado. Okay, I think that fits. That's fine. Okay, so this is where it gets a little dicey. So I've been trying to change things on my end as we've been pitching it. This is where you've got Guevara versus Ospreay for the TNT title.
Sure.
And then I don't know if adding matches.
You had just a.
This was going to be my 6-man. No, this is where the Bullet Club match was replaced by Allin and Desperado. This is where I was going to have my 6-way with Hangman and Jericho, Moxley and Naito and Ibushi and a whole bunch of others.
There are too many wrestlers.
There are. This is where it gets hard.
Too many.
Okay, so we either apply ourselves and stay to an 8-match card, or we be cheeky and add 1 or 2 extra matches.
We apply ourselves and we stick to that card, and we just say somehow Jericho didn't make it onto the card, or this guy didn't make it onto the card.
Or Moxley didn't make it onto the card either. Or Naito, or Ibushi, or I can't remember who else I had there.
Well, he'll be involved. Moxley will be like in the corner of Danielson. Or something. I don't know.
Again, I mean, if we think about it like this, if this is the first proper, I mean, they've got the partnership already. If this is the first time they're doing a joint card, what's to say there isn't going to be another one down the line or further back and forth talent swaps?
Well, it seems that right now they're all just fighting each other anyway. But this card's going to be like Suzuki. It also isn't. Oh my god, is.
It's really hard. Like
here's how you get Moxley involved when Dangerous Tekkers comes out after that match and attacks Bryan. Moxley comes down to defend him, and then Suzuki is also there with Saber, and then it's a 3-way. It's a 3-on-3 standoff stare down of Sanada, who's now aligned himself with BCC. Next to Moxley and Bryan against Suzuki, Saber, and Taichi.
Nice.
Which sets up a 3-on-3 later down the line, and it could even potentially be for if there's a trios title in AEW, or it could be for the never open weight 6-man.
I dig it. I like it. Cool. Right. So, are you happy with match 7 still just being Guevara versus Ospreay?
I don't think so. When you've got
swap that. Okay, well, so maybe even are we happy with our main event being CM Punk versus Kazuchika Okada?
Yeah, I think that's everyone's main event.
Place. Okay, cool. Do we dare pick a winner out of those two? Are you saying for this as well, Punk's the champion and Okada's the champion? Are we doing champion versus champion?
It would be champion versus champion if I wasn't going to put Hangman in a title match before it.
Right, so we'll keep the titles separate. This is just kind of like, so we'll say for the match 7, that's where Hangman's still champion and he's defending against someone, and then obviously Okada's the IWGP defending against Punk. Because I think that way, I think if that's the case, I honestly think then Okada and Hangman will have to win their matches, so the big belts aren't trading companies, because I don't think they would ever do that.
No, but I think you send whoever wins in this kind of thing, if they do win a title, you just send them to the other company for a bit.
Well, it makes sense if they do that with the mid-card stuff. It's just you would never see the company get rid of their biggest prize to another company. That's what I don't know. Someone like, when it eventually comes to it, which is what some of these matches will have to allude to, when it comes to Ibushi versus Omega next, that kind of thing's will happen.
you know. And I don't see New Japan are less likely to do it than Impact did. Sure, 100%. However, I think that they would.
Okay,
you
they would
know,
only
like they've
do
already
it.
been doing it with the US IWGP US. Obviously, it's not the main title, but
I guess they would only do it if it meant they got a big name and that star was going to be appearing on, I guess, both shows as often as they could. But even then,
you just send them to Japan for a bit and back and forth. I mean, they can fly now. You know, it's not COVID era, is it?
I guess so. Let's say in this situation, CM Punk wins the IWGP. We're just going to send him to Japan for a bit.
Maybe.
Okay. Maybe. I guess it works that way. Because I'm thinking more of the mindset: Punk wins it and just goes back to AEW with the belt.
You know, he would show up and do something depending on like what his alignment is. If he was a face, I don't think so. And you probably just send him to Japan.
Sure.
Send him to Japan.
Okay. In that sense, it makes sense then, I guess.
It'd be nearly during the G1. When is the G1? This is a September show, isn't it?
I can get it on screen now. June, so it's like summer.
When is G1 2022? Not the Grand Prix, not the F1. July 16th.
Is that where the G1 is? Okay.
Yeah. July 16th, so it'd be before that.
So maybe that's what you can kind of do with this show is set up some potential.
Punk wins the G1. Punk wins the G1 and then goes on to face Okada well, G1 usually goes to Wrestle Kingdom, I suppose.
So maybe that's the story you tell. Maybe Okada, I don't know. Maybe Okada beats Punk. No, because that won't work. Punk beats Okada here, gets the belt. And then Okada's journey is to get it back off him at Wrestle Kingdom. But that means potentially Okada winning another G1. Unless you want to build to a different opponent for Punk at Wrestle Kingdom.
Okay, let's wrap it up.
Sure. So, okay, either way,
I don't know because we're now booking every other card in the world. Let's just say Okada wins the main.
Okay.
And then the one before it, if Hangman still has a title, I would say it's against Ibushi. And then you just bring in Omega as some kind of story element.
Okay.
He is obviously involved with both of them.
Sure. Okay, so so there we go. So that would be Hangman versus Ibushi. Cool. Man, no Will Ospreay on the card.
I've put the rest of his stable on there. So
would he fit well in, say, the ladder match?
Yeah.
Would you want to potentially swap him for someone in there?
Yeah.
Maybe that's where he wins the TNT title then, because that's what we were originally gearing for with
all right, yeah. Ishimori isn't in it, and then he's in it.
And you want him to win instead of Keith?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess. I don't know. Maybe.
Okay. Well, it's happening now. Okay. I think we've certainly got a good match card there, but obviously there are big names. I mean, we've got to think as well. They've probably got the same issue with booking this Forbidden Door show, right? You've got to wonder how many big names will actually be appearing on it, given it's also on American soil, and how much New Japan is willing to give them. I think we'll definitely get an Okada match. I think they'll have haggled to get Okada on that card.
The two main titles will be
Okada wrestling in America alone will sell that show out. I think, especially for the hardcore.
Yeah. That show's gonna be a sellout. I wouldn't worry about that. I don't know. It just shows how very difficult it is, and how you could make a super show with everyone you've left off.
Yes. Again, I think this could be, because the partnership's been there for a while, I think this could be what maybe kicks it into like the next gear by getting even bigger names going backwards and forwards, just to prove that two big wrestling companies can work together and produce like great matches out of it and shows like this. So
yeah, I'm very excited for that show.
Me too.
I'm very excited for the G1. I'm so excited for wrestling.
Yeah.
I would love WWE to step up now that there's competition. So keep my fingers crossed on that one.
We sure will. We sure will. Well, I think we've come with a pretty solid card there and had a lot of fun doing it. Do you want to take everyone through the plugs to send us home, Garrod?
Well, you can find us at bearhugpod.wixsite.com/Bearhug Club Network. There you can see some musings from Greg and a lot of our other things. But you can also find us at the socials. We're at Bearhug Club Podcast on Facebook, Bearhug Club Pod on Instagram, or Bearhug Club on Twitter. And you're probably watching this on YouTube, so we're also on YouTube. Did you know that 99% of you aren't subscribed? You should consider subscribing.
Ring the bell for notifications.
Do it.
Oh, well.
Right. Bye everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.